Way, they walk up and where we stand, that's in Mohawk. And so I appreciate to be here. I don't know what I'm supposed to say other than I recognize a lot of what's going on with these films. And as an associate professor at PMU, I work in a place called the Creative School, which is about engendering creativity in people, storytelling. And as you know, storytelling is a long tradition about how we teach each other in our culture. We teach each other by telling stories, and the best teachers are the best storytellers, really, as I understand it. That's what indigenology is all about. Who am I? People that I know and people that I live with and people in my family went to these schools. And these schools, my mother was conceived in this school somewhere. Her mother's name was Isabel and her father's name was George Finlayson. And they had fun, I guess. And then my older sisters came here, and we went to school with kids from Mysticity and from Moose Factory and all over the place were sent down here to go to school. This was an Indian day school that became this museum, and people I know and my late wife went here as well. And so there's a lot of history that's going on here, but I want to tell you just a little story about it. If you go to the Mohawk Chapel down the street here, in 1869, Canada was adopted in by our people to the Longhouse of many nations from coast to coast. And it's a historic thing that happened with Arthur, the Duke of Connaught, who came to this country and sent by his mother, the Queen, to participate in the ceremony to make Canada legal. And people don't realize that Canada actually is under the Great Law, under the Sundance, and under the Potlatch. Those are the preemptive laws of this land, and Canada was adopted into that long time ago. Anyways, I don't know what else I'm supposed to say other than my career in journalism and in filmmaking led me to a place where I was watching films as head of the National Film Board Studio One. And I must applaud the filmmaking here today because I see something that was reflective of what I saw as somebody who was approving funding for films. I saw a whole bunch of films, many branches. It starts with a whisper, silent running, lighting the fire, the seventh generation, and there was always this 5 or 6 minutes up front where something was going on that had nothing to do with the documentary that followed. You had somebody walking through the water, sprinkling tobacco on the water, and all of a sudden we're in a fishing dispute out in Minnesota. You had somebody walking through the forest down by Kudalow Heights and native clothes, and all of a sudden they're in Toronto at the corner of Dundas and Yonge. You had somebody running through the forest, through the snow, with snowshoes on, and all of a sudden they're at school. And so I've seen all this thing happening, and I thought it was wrong. I thought it was wrong. I said, this is not the way we tell stories in the film industry. We tell stories basically like this. I was walking down the street and I stopped in front of the show because I was going to go to the show. And the man walks up to me and he says, I haven't had a biting day. So I did it. The way we tell stories was right from vaudeville in the late 1800s, 3 parts. But the native peoples were doing 4. They had this thing up front, and I jokingly call it the native fortnight. But I see elements of that here today in the shorts that we're seeing because it's the kind of the idea of coming to one mind, and it was a very cultural thing that I saw going on. So when my nephew George did the opening this morning, it was to draw us all to come to one mind. And these filmmakers are doing the same thing, come to one mind with us. Now, we're going to tell you a story. And I think that that's something that will change the way we make stories in this country. That changes the tradition, the way we've been groomed to watch TV and learn from films. And I see that here, so that I see, the idea of the kids, and all of a sudden we're watching your dad fish with the president of Russia, or something like that. Anyway, that's all I have to say. My name is Michael Doxtater, Doxtater, and without boring you with my history of climate taken, go Google me.